Would you please stop buying flour anyhow in the market? Don't you know that the wrong choices of flour can leave your product substandard among other competitive products on the shelf? Are you aware that every flour brand you see today in the market have its unique nutrient compositions and are made specifically for a purpose? And that is why I bring you this video to help you understand your flour compositions in relations to your product quality. Get ready today because I'm gonna be brutal. I will be calling out one by one all those products you've been making with the wrong choices of flour and the significant negative effects they leave on your products. And after that, you will learn how to choose your flour brand correctly for any type of product at all, and possibly make recommendations for those food products that I will be calling out. And in case you hear the name of your very own product, no vex, you need to repent. Like I said earlier in the introduction, I will be calling out some of the products you produce with the wrong kind of flour. And the first product I'll be calling out in this video is donuts. Yes, please stop using all-purpose flour alone for donuts. A good donut should be chewy in texture and at the same time soft and fluffy. And all these qualities cannot be found with the usage of all-purpose flour alone. The protein content of all-purpose flour is not sufficient enough to provide the chewy quality of donuts. Of course, you can get the soft and fluffy aspect of donut, but certainly not the chewy quality. This is because all-purpose flour does not have the sufficient protein content, which is the gluten needed for the chewy textural quality of a good donut. And these are some of the things that most standard bakeries knows that you do not know. On the other hand, neither should you use bread flour alone for donut making. A donut made from a brand of a bread flour will certainly end up chewy but tough in texture because of its high protein content. So, to balance both, you must combine all-purpose flour and bread flour in an equal proportion so as to obtain the chewy part of donut as well as the soft and fluffy textural part. Not tough, not dense, and not greasy. Generally, I will advise that you should always keep the protein content of your donut flour within the range of 12 to 13%. And if you can find any already made flour brand with such protein quality, then you will have to stick to that. You will learn how to know your flour protein content later in this video, so keep watching. The second product that 90% of bakers do produce wrongly is meat pie. Now listen, it is a baking taboo to bake your meat pie with bread flour, and that is why some of your meat pie never gets soft, no matter the quantity of butter or margarine used. Even all-purpose flour is not qualified for a good meat pie making, although it can be managed when the desirable flour is not available. Now, let me ask you, how well do you actually know the dough of a good meat pie? I will tell you, a good meat pie should be soft, firm, slightly flaky, soaky, with a mouth-breaking property, and you cannot get all of that from a meat pie produced from all-purpose flour. So if you are into meat pie business and you have been doing it with all-purpose flour all this while, sorry, you have been doing it the wrong way. And in this video, I will show you the best type of flour for your meat pie production. But before that, please have you liked this video? Please click the like button, and if you are a new subscriber, you are very much welcome. If you are yet to subscribe, please hit the red button in front of you, the subscriber button. Let's be friends and let's be family. Okay, thank you for doing that. Good. And so, like I was saying, if you want to make a good meat pie that warrants customers paying transport to come to your shop, to your restaurant, to your eatery, or wherever you sell from to come and purchase, then it must be made from a pastry flour. Yes, there's a lot of pastry flours around you, just that some of you do not know what to use them for. So you just go to the shop, whatsoever they have as a flour you buy. But I believe by the end of this video you will stop buying flour anyhow. You will know what exactly you want to produce and know the exact flour to go for. I will show you how to identify each type of flour from their protein content later in this video. Other products you can make with pastry flour apart from meat pie, and they will give you the most results ever, is small chops like samosa, spring rolls, and cookies. These products are flaky in texture, so they deserve a flour with a lower protein content, which is the pastry flour. You can also make your puff, your egg roll, your pancake from them, even your buns. Yes, especially when you want them so soft and nice. And I tell you, the result will blow your mind. Is that understood? Now let's talk about another crucial topic, which is product boundaries. Yes, in baking world, there are discrepancies and boundaries that should exist between three major products, which is the bread, the pastries, and the cake. A cake produced with bread flour will end up as a disaster, as well as a bread baked with a cake flour. When it comes to pastries, you can alternate between all-purpose flour and pastries flour. But crossing the border to cake flour or bread flour while making pastries will also end you up in a textural disaster of your product with cost implication, especially when producing them for business. Remember, your product is not the only product in the market. There are other good products out there striving with yours. So get your product right by choosing the right type of flour for your product. Finally, how to find the protein content of your brand. I've explained in part 1 of this video, which I am going to leave at the end of this video so that you can watch it in case if you've not watched it, that the major components that differentiate each of the flours is the protein content of the flour. So when you know the protein content of your flour brand, then you will know what to go for. Now, to find the protein content of your flour, be it bread flour, all-purpose flour, pastry flour, or cake flour, number 1, find out the name of the flour brand you want to buy. Now listen, if you don't buy in bags, you will have to ask the retailers, what is the name of this flour that I want to buy? This question is very simple, but please don't skip it, because at times retailers, for some good reasons to them, do change the bag of flour they are currently selling. For instance, a customer to them might want a half bag of flour, which they can sell conveniently with the original bag and then pour the other half into another bag different from the original brand of the flour. So you need to ask to verify if the bag and the flour contents in the bag are actually the same or they changed it. I don't know if that makes sense to you. So it's actually very important that you find out the name of the flour brand that you want to buy. Number 2, find out the flour protein content from the nutritional information displayed on the bag. And when you do, please pay attention to the following details. If they tell you that the protein content of that flour brand is above 12%, then it is for bread. If it is within 8 to 12%, it is for pastries, and if it is 8% and below, it is for cakes. It's as simple as that. And in a scenario where the information is not found in the bag of the flour, quickly pick up your phone and Google it out. You can ask, what is the protein content of so brand of flour? Or you can ask AI to give you the list of the flour brand within a specific protein content that you are looking out for. I don't know if that is clear. So you must ascertain this fact and be sure of what you want to buy. And if they don't have the flour that meets the requirements of the products you want to make, then you can simply check another shop. Finally, some flour brand may not display the nutritional contents and information with regards to protein content, but may use some terminologies or sentences that may suggest the type of flour they are. These sentences include A, milled from a hard wheat, or B, milled from a soft wheat. If you see either A or B in any flour brand, then it is bread flour and cake flour respectively. That clear? Yes, and I believe with this video, all your ambiguities with respect to the rightful flour brand for your best product quality is certainly clarified. But in case you still have questions, please meet me at the comment section. Let's iron it out. I want to express my profound gratitude to both my new and returning subscribers. You will find the part 1 of this video at the end screen. Okay, so please check it out for better understanding if you've not watched it already, or you can also find the link down the description box. Thank you for watching. Shalom.